Yo, welcome back to the Horror and Metal channel. I'm Hellhound, and a few days ago, Sunday actually, I went and saw the Judas Priest 50 Heavy Metal Years tour, and I figured I'd go ahead and make a video talking about it. Queensrÿche opened for them, and what can I say? It was a great show. Easily one of the best concerts I've ever been to. They just rocked. It was awesome. Alright, so originally it was supposed to be back in October, I believe, and then I had tickets already, but then, of course, guitarist Richie Faulkner had that heart attack, allegedly during the solo of Painkiller, weirdly enough. And so it got postponed, it got rescheduled for Sunday, and I had to travel quite a bit to get to it. I went, I drove really far to go to the concert, in another state, so, it was well worth it, long trip and well worth the wait. Yeah, it was just a hell of a show. So originally, Sabaton was going to open for them. That's a good band, too. I like them. I like Queensrÿche way better. I'm way more familiar with Queensrÿche. So I'm glad that it was Queensrÿche that ended up playing for them. And of course, Jeff Tate, the singer Jeff Tate, who's one in my top 5 favorite vocalists of all time, is no longer with them. Neither is guitarist Chris DeGarmo. Todd LaTour is their new singer, and he's really, really good. He sounds just like Jeff Tate in his prime. Jeff Tate can't really sing like that anymore. He can't hit those high notes, so, this is probably the closest thing we'll ever have to sounding like, Queensrÿche actually sounded like 80s Queensrÿche, but I still miss Jeff Tate and Chris DeGarmo. I do wish they were still in the band just because, they were on all my favorite Queensrÿche albums. But this was really, really good. Todd LaTour just nailed it. He was spot on. He sounds just, like I said, he sounds just like Tate in his prime. It was excellent. And of course, Eddie Jackson, the bass player. They only have 2 original members from 1980. Eddie Jackson on bass and Michael Wilton on guitar. Because they got a new drummer recently as well. It was the same drummer, but it's a different drummer now. But yeah, they just killed it. They opened with Queen of the Reich, which is my favorite Queensrÿche song. This was one of their first songs ever. It was on that EP. And I think it's still one of their best. And they opened with that, and they slayed. They just killed it. It was awesome. Yeah, I took a few pictures. I'll show you real quick. And several videos, too. Let's see here. Oh, there's my ticket. Yeah, and, oh yeah, there's a picture of Queensrÿche. It's actually a video. Yeah, oh yeah, they were so awesome. Yeah, it was just amazing. Yeah, Todd LaTour is great. I do prefer Jeff Tate, of course, but Todd LaTour's amazing. He's a great drummer as well. He's a great replacement for Tate, because like I said, he sounds pretty much just like him. Yeah, it was a pretty good picture of Queensrÿche. Yeah, they were great, and then of course, yeah, they played, let's see, their set was, Queen of the Reich, I got a list here, Queen of the Reich, Warning, On Force, NM 156, Empire, Walk in the Shadows, The Whisper, Operation Mindcrime, The Needle Lies, Take Hold of the Flame, Screaming at Digital, and Eyes of a Stranger. Yeah, yeah, I was really excited when they played Queen of the Reich, and Empire, and all the rest. Yeah, they didn't play a whole other new stuff, I guess. But, so yeah, they played all the classics, all the songs I wanted to see. I kind of wish they would have played Lady Wore Black and Silent Lucidity, but whatever. Yeah, they're just the openers, so they had a shorter set. Yeah, they ripped it up. They even had gave a little tribute to the drummer of Foo Fighters, who just passed away recently. Rest in peace. That was really cool of them. Then of course Judas Priest came on, and they were just freaking amazing as well. And it's 50 Heavy Metal Years tour, and they had an amazing set list. They played a lot of the classics, a few songs they didn't play that I wish they could have, but whatever. What can you do? And they played Rock-a-Rolla from their first album. They hardly ever play any songs from their first album. That was really cool. I was like, wow, I was not expecting that. I actually liked that song a lot. You know, their first album wasn't really metal. It was a lot more, you know, bluesy, just kind of straight up rock. But, you know, they didn't really find their metal sound until a little later. But I actually like that song. I'm really glad they played it. It was really cool. It was for the first album. I don't think they played that live in years, you know. I never see live videos of that. But it's really cool, though. So let me just, I'll just go through their set list real quick. So they played, wait, hold on, sorry. There we go. They played Battle Hymn, One Shot at Glory, Lightning Strike. They didn't play a whole lot of songs from their most recent two albums, Redeemer of Souls and Firepower. Then, of course, You Got Another Thing Coming, you know, from Screaming of Vengeance, Free Will Burning, Turbo Lover, Hell Patrol, The Sentinel, Touch of Evil, Rock-a-Rolla, Victim of Changes. Oh, man, I was so pumped when they played that. Man, I'm so glad they played something from Sad Wings. That's my favorite album from them. Desert Plains, Blood Red Skies, Invader, Painkiller. You know, when they, you know, they acted like they were going to leave the stage, but then they said, "What do you want to hear now?" And then the drummer, actually, Scott Travis, who's been with them since 1989, he got on the mic and said, "What do you guys want to hear?" And I was like, "Painkiller!" And then they started playing that awesome drum solo that it went into Painkiller. I was like, "Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome." And then they played Green Metalicia, which wasn't on their set list when I looked it up online, but they played it at that concert I went to, which is freaking awesome. It was a cool venue, too. I like that arena that it was in, that Coliseum. Then they played, yeah, like I said, Green Metalicia, great song from Hellbent for Leather. Then Metal Gods, Diamonds and Rust, a cover. Green Metalicia's a cover, too, of course. Then, of course, the Hellion, Electric Eye, Hellbent for Leather, Breaking the Law, and, of course, Living After Midnight. So yeah, they played a good amount of songs from all their, you know, from all their albums and, you know, all their, you know, or most of them anyway. I don't think they played anything from Angel Retribution or Nostradamus. But yeah, there's when they first came on. Yeah, Rob Halford, he still looks great. He can still rock. You know, he's like 70 years old, but he's still tore it up. He can still hit those high notes like it's nobody's business. Yeah, I got several pictures. You know. I brought my binoculars, too. We were fairly close. I didn't really need the binoculars, because, you know, we were fairly close to the stage. I got really good seats. They were good tickets. Yeah. I won't play too much of it. Yeah, You Got Another Thing Coming. Yeah, I won't play too many of the videos, because I might violate some kind of copyright thing. But, let's see here. Oh, those were Queensrÿche did their little bow at the end. It's hard to show a cell phone picture on this recording device. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, Queensrÿche is great. Judas Priest was awesome. It was easily one of the best concerts I've been to. You know, definitely in my top three. You know, right there with Sabbath and, you know, Slayer's farewell tour. Yeah, it was just amazing. I swear Rob Halford looked at me at one point, you know. He was pointing to, you know, random audience members. I feel like he did that to me. And he came out on his motorcycle, too, which was freaking awesome. I didn't know he was going to do that or not. But yeah, they all did great. Rob Halford, you know, could still sing like it's nobody's business. Richie Faulkner and Andy Sneap, who are the two, you know, new guitarists, ripped it up. Their dual lead thing is just breathtaking, just totally on point. Really, really top-notch riffs and solos. Of course, Ian Hill, who's the longest lasting member on bass. He's the only member to be on every album, pretty much. And of course, Scott Travis, like I said, who's with him since 1989. You know, Painkiller was his first album with the band, I think. But the best thing was they brought out Glenn Tipton for the last few songs. I was not I didn't know for sure. I know that they've done that before. I didn't know for sure they were going to do it this time. But yeah, Glenn Tipton came out, and I was just in heaven. They had three guitarists at one point. Richie Faulkner, Andy Sneap, and Glenn Tipton. I do wish KK Downing could be there. He was on all my favorite albums by Priest, but what can you do? It was close enough, you know. It'd be great if I could have seen KK. They played clips of him on the video monitor thing. We showed, you know, pictures and clips of him playing, which was cool. And Glenn Tipton, too. Yeah, poor guy. Bless his heart. He's got Parkinson's. Yeah, he couldn't move very well, but he could still play, you know, perfectly. Yeah, he didn't miss a note. He sounded great. So great to see all of them. Yeah, Halford was awesome. He's my favorite singer in the world, you know. And I really am interested in hearing some of Queensrÿche's newer stuff, because I really like Todd LaTorre. He really won me over. I always knew he was good. I always knew he could sing a lot like Jeff Tate. But now I'm really interested in hearing some of his stuff with the band. Because I mostly played material from the Tate era. Because I don't guess they have a whole lot of material with him yet. But yeah, I really want to hear some more from him. And but yeah, great set from both bands. They both just tore it up. It was amazing. I wasn't able to get a shirt. The woman in front of me was wearing one. It said 2021 because that was the original date. It was supposed to be last year, but it got postponed until now. So I didn't see any for sale anywhere, so I have to order one online. So really would like a shirt from that tour. Yeah, let out around 11, so I was up well after midnight. Living after midnight, right? But yeah, oh man, it was just breathtaking. Everybody was just on point. Yeah, Scott Travis's drums were just killer. Ian Hill's bass lines. Ian Hill was kind of standing by himself, kind of in the dark. It's hard to see him. It was like he was hiding or something. Then when Glenn Tipton came out, then he really got into it. It was great to see him. I love the way Rob Halford introduced them. Yeah, it was so cool seeing Rock-a-Rolla, then go right into Victim of Changes. So cool play the classic material and some of their newer stuff. Can't really see it on this phone.
So special to us, so special to you. He's come all the way from London to jam out some tunes for us.
Yeah, that's where he brought out Glenn Tipton.
So much been said about this guy. He never gives up. He never surrenders. He's the heavy metal master, the Jedi of the heavy metal guitar. The icon, the legend, the one and only, Mr. Glenn Tipton. Yes!
That was me. I was like, yes! I didn't know for sure he was going to come out. I'm glad he did, though. It was great to see him. He was playing guitar on some of my favorite albums. Yeah, there he is. Poor guy. He needed help walking up there. But he still killed it. They still did a hell of a job. It was amazing. Yeah, like I said, one of the best concerts I've ever seen by far. Yeah, it was just great. It was a great time. I had a blast. It's going to be one of my core memories. One of the best days of my life. It was a great trip, too, the traveling. I had to travel pretty far, like I said, but it's well worth it. It was a great trip. And, yeah, Queensrÿche tore it up. Judas Priest was immaculate. Both bands were just on point, just totally perfect. And I was just in heaven the whole time. It just blew me away. It was great. So many metalheads there screaming their heads off, and so many so many metal signs in the air. Yeah, it was just I love that atmosphere anyway. But yeah, it was just great. But yeah, so if anybody else saw that concert, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know, did they play Green Manalishi? Because I don't. They said that they didn't at all the other days. I'm really glad I got to see the one date where they did. That was really cool. It's cool seeing Scott Travis talk to the audience. It's cool seeing Glenn Tipton come out. It's cool seeing Rob Halford come out on his bike. Yeah, great set list. They were all Rob Halford has this really cool long trench coat, and then at the end he wore this metal vest, all those other band patches on it. It looked kind of like my old one I used to have. Yeah, very, very cool. Great show. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, alright guys, well, thank you for watching my video. Those are my thoughts on the Judas Priest 50 Heavy Metal Years tour with special guest Queensrÿche. And yeah, well, until next time, keep it metal.